If you're joining us for the first time, my name is Yvonne Hyman, and I am a business efficiency and productivity consultant over at AskEV.com. And I'm here to nerd out on tools and waste my time testing and comparing so you don't have to, and I can just tell you that's the tool that works for you. That's what I do. If you have been around, you know I am all about project management. I have used Asana for a while now and always have been hesitant to jump into the paid solution. Just thinking of my clients, a lot of my clients are solopreneurs are owning their own business, running a lot by themselves. They're looking at a budget, they're looking at what they're spending, and they're just not happy spending money for a tool and a team that they don't need. If they don't need certain features or a certain amount of people in the tool, they don't want to pay for it. Love Asana. Use it myself on a free version. We all know if you use Asana, there are some downturns on using the free version. The paid version is amazing. There is a lot of stuff going on over there. But again, I wanted a tool that people can start by themselves right away, a tool that can grow with them. And I was missing actually a couple of capabilities in Asana that they just don't have even in a paid version. So I've been playing around with a lot of tools. I am not a Trello fan. I'm sorry, it is too fluffy for me. It doesn't look professional to me. It's not corporate style. It's not clean. It's not mine. There is a time and place for it. All great, all good, just not for me. So with that, I was always looking for something else that is as clean and simple. Once you get the hang of it, as simple as Asana, and can use it and can work with it, and nothing ever even came close till a few months back. I was playing around with the tool. I'm like, yeah, it's still not there. And then one of my clients came around and is like, hey, I just played with this tool. I really like it. I think you would like it too. I'm like, yeah, I just played with that a month ago. I don't think it's there yet. And I took the time to go back in and, oh my God, even just in a month's worth of time, they have worked their butts off to add additional features and capabilities and things to this tool. 2 thumbs up. The guys over there in development have been amazing. From no, it's not a competitor, to heck yeah, it's a competitor, and I cannot wait for the next couple of months for the next updates coming. Now, I think I've strung you along long enough. The tool that I'm talking about and that I'm actually in the works right now of switching over to is called Clickup. Now, why Clickup? And I'm actually going to do some screen sharing with you to show you. Clickup works like Asana and Trello had a baby. Really. Asana and Trello had a baby and made Clickup. Seriously. Between the list features of easily just being able to click off things, kind of like the checklists in Trello, but also the board view that a lot of people love in Trello. Simple checklist, as I just mentioned, in Trello, you have your different cards and then you have your checklists. In Asana, you have the problem, you either way have to choose between the board view or the list view. And it's like, I don't want to. I want it all. I always want it all. I'm like, that's the German in me. I want it all. I don't want to have to compromise. And especially with one of my boards, let's switch you over to show you. Switching over to Asana for a second. So in Asana, I have a client's workflow board. Client's workflow means that is how I keep an eye on all of my clients. Little things, those are not big development projects. Those are potential clients that I've talked to that are just not ready yet, clients that are in proposal stage, clients that I'm working on right now, jobs that I need to finalize, sites that I'm maintaining, and stuff that's done. Pretty simple. You know, people have built websites with me and they're coming around and they need changes. That's what's happening in here. Kind of like Nicole. It's one card, two things that we have to do. Website changes. I know they're in the email. I have a due date on it. Awesome. But I can't combine these. So if for whatever reason Nicole now decides we need a bigger job that needs a full list of to-dos, I need to set her up with a different job because I cannot do that in here. It's just not how Asana works. So what I used to do in that case is I set her up with her own job over there and I really just linked to that job in the description. So pretty much I'm running a double job. Now, the big difference between Asana and Clickup, Clickup combines a list and a board view. Meaning, simple to see right here, I set that up the same way with the stages between clients that are flying out there right now that I don't have anything to do with, just to collect them because I know there's going to be more coming, potential clients, proposal stage, working on finalized. We just talked about that. But I can take this board view and switch them straight over in a list view. Now, that doesn't look that fancy over here because how I set those board ups. That is going to look really fancy when we actually come into my not cleaned up general admin task over at Ask Evie. If you know me, I'm running a media agency on one side and I have my consulting business on the other. So I'm actually running two teams separately. I don't want to mix them up too much. So what this means right here, and this is going to show it way better, how boards and lists combine in ClickUp. Rather than having those different client stages, I work in my time stages. Things that have to get done right now, things that have to get done within the next 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and things that are done. As you can see, I haven't sorted those yet. I left them just for you so you can see what I'm actually doing in here and what that means. So, board view, moving into list view. Now the list view shows all of them as open right now because that's where they're at. If I switch over to board view for a second and we grab listicle request and I move them into current sprint because that's the next thing I got to do. Tailwind, what else do we got? Upload live, that's going to come up soon here too once we are done. Now the list view changes with those. We have our full list and then we have sub lists in those. So I have my regular tasks that need to be done every month. Now because I moved the listicle request into current sprint, it pops right up top in my monthly admin tasks. And I know I need to pay attention to this right now in my monthly tasks. The rest comes later, don't need to deal with it right now because it's a few days out. Meaning those lists talk with the boards and you can combine efforts. I can, if we jump over here, I can take those clients with Nicole Beam and rather than having to move that into a separate project to be able to tag everything, to get the attachments to it, to get the whole to-do list to it, to get all the information and all of it that I need with a full job, I can do everything right in here. Now, I could talk forever what's possible with those connections between lists and boards. Let me show you one thing that is really neat, and that happens right in these cards, boards, whatever you want to call it. First thing that was a huge improvement to me, and that's going to help me actually pay attention to how efficient I am in my business and if I'm actually understanding how much time I'm spending on certain tasks. Clickup has estimated task times. So prepping next month, meaning setting up my project flow and all of that, what's that going to take me, an hour? Sure, let's just say an hour. We can log time. I have Toggle integrated here, or we have a regular log time, whatever you want to do, not a big deal. We know that from Asana. Now, what's really, really nice in here, when you go to the due date, you have some simple things. We want to set a start time, because when you integrate ClickUp with your Google Calendar to show up in your Google Calendar the task, if you do not set a time to it, it moves it over into your Google Calendar as a full day event, and that can be quite annoying. So let's do that at 11 o'clock in the morning, just because. And March is over, so we need to update this date to, I'll do that Friday, last day of the month, and there we have a due date set, estimate an hour. Now where it gets fancy is the repeating task. Repeating task is way, way, way better than it is in Asana. One thing that I ran into, like, right now my lives are happening on the second and the fourth Thursday of each month on Facebook. I can't make that happen in Asana. I literally have to check every single month and put those dates in, because I cannot set a repeat schedule that can accommodate that. Now, you can do in here. On the example of this happens once a month, every month. Once a month, every month, but rather than by date, we do it by week. And by week then now gives us the same repeat schedule possibility as you have in Google Calendar. So every month on a Friday, we'll take the Monday out, not on the first, but on the last Friday of the month. We just set at 11 a.m. Never ends. Now, here is another really fancy thing for everybody that loves to repeat their tasks. What do you want to do with this task? So in this case, prepping next month is just a reminder for me, so we change the due date. But if you use it as a content calendar, you might have Facebook Live on the second Thursday, and then you add your title to it and you add additional information and that kind of thing. You don't just want to change the due date, you actually want to create a new task so you can put the new information in for the new life that's happening. Pretty fancy. On this case, we just want to change the due date because it's just a reminder. Now, the other thing is, what is your repeat trigger going to be? So if we do that, it's not just going to repeat the schedule and just do whatever it wants to do. You can set a repeat trigger, meaning if you, now in April, you've done prepping for the next month. Whoops, sorry guys. And I just deleted all of that. If you are prepping your next month and you're done in April and you have the repeat trigger set to task is closed, meaning you say, yes, I've done that, I'm done. That is a trigger to change the due date and do all of that fun stuff of reminding you, as I just showed you. it gives you the same kind of scheduling possibility of every month, a month after, on the week, on the fourth week, on the fourth Friday at 11 a.m., never ends. But rather than just redoing it, so the day rolls around and they just do the new task, it gets triggered by you saying, okay, I've done that, let's schedule the next one. Pretty fancy. So that kind of repeat feature pretty much already sold me on Clickup, because there is nothing close to that kind of way of being able to repeat tasks in Asana. It just isn't. I already ran you pretty much through a lot of my favorite features with the time estimate. There is 2 different date possibilities in here actually. So you can do a due date, but you also can do a start date. So rather than saying just it's due on 4/27, you also can set a start date. So for example, when you're a web designer, you know for certain tasks you need to start 2 days in advance, because it's going to take you those 2 days to get that job done, which means you are setting up a full-on schedule for that time. Right there. Now, it is, I think they now have it possible in Asana on the Pro version, but just not here. There's also priority setting, important, not important. So as you have seen, I am just switching over from Asana. There's a lot of things I still have to integrate. I had to change my thinking, because I used to use the boards differently, rather than paying attention to my 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, which I did in my head, but just not visual. You need to switch your thinking when moving from Asana to Clickup. There is no question about it. It is different. It is a different way of approaching your project list. Clickup has done an amazing job on their support chat. It's like Dubsado. You never wait for even just an hour to get an answer. Those guys have been amazing over there to help me figure things out, how it works. And I wanted to show you right away, wanted to show you that this is out there and that this might be your solution for some issues you're having with Asana, features you are looking for, or you just not being happy of having to buy Asana for 5 spots when you just need 1 spot. I have to say there are some downturns on ClickUp right now, and I've already talked with them. A lot of those are being handled over the next 2 months. One big thing for me right now is the team management in Asana, the team management in ClickUp, because it's kind of like all or nothing. You have a really great team management system in Asana where you specifically can add people either way to teams or to specific projects rather than to the whole team. I don't mind setting my boards and ClickUp on private and just adding the people that need to be there to it. I have talked with ClickUp. This is in development right now, and they are working big time with everybody. They're even working on a possibility of just bringing clients on, meaning they can see where everything is, but they can't really do anything or not much with it, which means they are not a paid team member. So a lot of things are coming. I will be putting this to the test and finishing my integration and all of that here over the next couple of weeks, and then do a full run through on how ClickUp works, how I put it to work, how I put it to work in combination and integration with my Google Calendar, with my time estimating, with my project estimating and everything. Because the nice thing is, looking at my general task right now, because we played around and I said this task has that estimate time duration, this task has that time estimate, yep, second coffee kind of day. when you make use of those time estimates, it shows you right there how much time you need for that specific project. And you even can, one little pro tip, just because you stayed around so long, transitioning back over to this, Clickup has a calendar view, and I'm really excited they're working on a couple more things. You have all of your unscheduled tasks over here. Right now, we just have, because I'm in general admin tasks on the monthly, we just have the monthly admin tasks right here. You can take those and you can schedule yourself and really make sure when things gonna have to happen, due date, especially when you use a time estimate, which I haven't in there. You can schedule your whole week and use it as a full time management system. But just to give you a little idea of what's happening there, I still have to go through all of my tasks, implement the time estimates, due dates, update my due dates, clean it up from the import from Asana, and all of those to be able to really record a video and show you all the things that are possible in here and how my day-to-day system now is going to be working in Clickup. And I was just too excited to have found this because it has solved all of my problems and down things that just didn't work in Asana for me that I just didn't want to wait to show you. If you want to try it out, I'll put a link below. Yes, it's going to be an affiliate link, but if you know me, you know I don't use affiliate links on tools that I don't like. I think it's a really great competitor to Asana already. And looking at how fast Clickup has worked with development in the last month, I cannot wait to see what they come up over the next month. If you have any questions, even in the replay, comment below, use the hashtag replay, and let me know what are the issues you are having with Asana, what's the troubles you want to solve, and what's the feature you are really looking for. And I'll make sure I'll plug it in. I'll try to answer right away in the comment section, but also showcase it when I'm recording the video and the how-to for YouTube. So see you soon. Have a great week. And as always, message me anytime when you need to find a tool to do some work for you. Bye.